don't bow to lies. We stand for truth, faith, and family. This is Break the Machine! Whoever wore the patch, for every heart that still believes. We don't just talk about freedom, we live it! Break the machine, let the truth ignite. Raise your voice, it's time to fight the fight. Big Red One and Daywalker's light, shining faith and freedom through the night. This is Break the Machine, where patriots speak loud and truth never dies.
Good evening, America. Welcome back to another Monday Night Mix on Break the Machine podcast. We have a Reddaywalker sighting. He is back in town. We haven't seen him in 2 weeks. Always glad to have him back. He's had quite the experience up in the Northeast, just trying to visit family and do the family thing. And it took forever for him to get back. But we got him back. And we got him for a little bit because, as you guys all know, on the 22nd is the last Break the Machine podcast of the year. I will continue to do Salty Dog Show, and actually, I'm doing Warrior Wednesday on the 24th. So I'll continue to do things, and my gaming is going to be up starting tomorrow. But Scott, it's good to have you back, brother.
Thank
Glad
you.
you're
It's
back.
been a while.
Yeah, 2 weeks, man. 2 weeks have gone by. It
It was,
seems like it's
it
longer
was quite a
because
break.
we've been doing this. We've been doing this so long with each other. So like, it's like, man, fucking seems like it's forever that Scott hasn't been on the show.
Probably the longest since I started. The longest break.
Yeah. What are you gonna do, man? Sometimes you need. Listen, it was all about family anyway, and we need those things
Yeah,
sometimes too, just to take a break.
yeah. It was. I mean, it was good to get away, but it it wasn't quite like a full vacation for me. You know, it was just more of a getaway and
Right.
see family. But I don't know if I told you, I was working the whole time.
Really? Like you
It
didn't even
was a
take it. You
working.
just brought your laptop and a working
Yeah, I
vacation.
mean, I had like the vacation, you know, the holiday off, the day after. There was like 4 days in the middle
Right.
there that I had off, but yeah, I was working. I was working on the plane.
Oh shit.
I had my internet, I had my Wi-Fi going and my internet, and I was conducting business. I actually picked up a client while I was waiting at the airport.
Oh, well, that
It
works.
was
Like
great.
in the airport, like, or were you like on your laptop, but like you were talking to them and you picked up a client?
Yeah, picked up a client.
Fucking awesome, man.
Just had a 15-minute conversation. I was like, all right, cool. Got some orders and everything. It was good.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, it was good. It was good to get away
yeah.
and remind myself what cold really feels like.
It's better you than me, bro. It's cold enough for me at fucking how many? It's 45 degrees right now. That's cold. I went to go
Yeah.
grab my freaking trash can from outside because they come by and they pick up our trash at a certain time. And I went to go bring. I was like, holy shit, it's cold outside. It's like fuck me, man. That's cold. And a year ago, a year ago, fucking this would be nothing. 45 degrees would be like go out in a t-shirt up in the Northeast. But now that I'm acclimated to the South, it's just like man, it's cold
Hmm.
outside. It's like fuck
Yeah,
this.
you forget it. You forget it. And I made a point to try to make sure I wasn't going to give up my walks. I'm sure for some of my videos. I was out there and it was like 20.
You did, man. You did,
I was
bro. It was like there was
should have
like
seen me all
slush on the
bundled
ground.
up.
Yeah, it was
It's
like snow
crazy.
out and slush, and I was like, he's doing his thing, man. He hasn't stopped. Still grinding. We want to see it. We love to see it. The quiet part. We have been raided. What is going on, fam? What is going on? Like,
Did we just
why
get
is that?
raided?
Yeah, we got raided, and I didn't see it. Like, it didn't pop up. Like, it should welcome raiders. Well, Jonathan saw it. But like, it's not. It hasn't come up on our thing. I don't know what's going on. That's weird. I just so happened to look over, okay, and saw like I was checking it out on Rumble, and I was like, why isn't the freaking thing moving up and stuff like that? Because like it's got my message here, but it didn't get my Rumble message. That is not good. Don't tell me fucking the Rumble chat. Oh man, the Rumble's not working with the chat interface again. Got it. Rumble, you guys got to get your shit together. You guys really, really got to get your shit together. Sorry about that, fam. But I will I will have it up. I have it up on the side, so I will be able to see it and go check it out. We're going to start things off with, I can't even see how many people, how many viewers. Fucking A, man. Rumble, rumble, rumble. See if we can get going here. I'm just going to check something in the studio. There we go. Let's see. See if that like, what do you call it, gets it going. We're going to start off with a good one, right? 15 on Rumble 8 at the moment. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys
Just
coming
bumped
to
up.
hang with us. The chat is just fucking whatever Rumble is doing, Rumble shit. It's absolutely fucking annoying. Absolutely annoying. There we go. Yeah, so I have to go into the studio to see it, stuff like that. It's just ridiculous. Rumble's not interfacing. Anyway, if you guys were paying attention, okay, Jasmine Crockett has jumped into the race for Senate in Texas. Okay, this is going to be good. I don't
He's
think she
officially running
stands
for
it.
Senate.
Yeah, I think she definitely fucking released it that's what she's going to do. And we got this nice little video.
God help Texas. Texas
Yeah,
better smack her back down.
Yeah, we got this one. I'm gonna have to. You know what? I'm gonna start using Social Stream Ninja to do the chats because, like, fucking, this is insane. It's stupid that I'm having this issue with them. But anyway, let's watch this quick video by the Trump administration. Put this out. Absolutely hysterical. I saw it. It's like a 44-second clip of them just bagging.
How about this new one they have? Their new star, Crockett. How about her? She's the new star of the Democrat Party, Jasmine Crockett. They're in big trouble.
But you have this woman, Crockett. She's a very low IQ person.
I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person. Crockett. Oh, man. Oh, man. She's a very low IQ person.
Somebody
This
said the
her-
other day
this-
she's one of the leaders of the party. I said, you got to be kidding.
This is actually her
Now they're going to
kickoff
rely
with
on
the low IQ
Crockett.
stuff.
Crockett's going to bring them back.
Yeah, that's not going to go over very well for her in Texas. She's only liked in
I hope
Houston.
not.
How about this new one they have? Their new star, Crockett.
Yeah,
How about
she's only
her?
liked in fucking Houston, man.
Who
She's
is
not
that
very
guy?
well
Attention
liked.
law enforcement. You took an
Who was
Okay.
the guy that ran? Who was that guy that ran in Texas? He's run for the rep. He's run for Senate twice. He ran for governor. He keeps losing every single
Beto.
time.
Beto.
Beto.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't he? Didn't he lose? Well, the last thing he ran for was governor, right?
Yes, I think he ran against Abbott. He ran for governor was the last thing he did. Correct. I think you're absolutely right
Okay. I'm
about that.
curious to know. I'm curious. I got to go back and look. I'm curious to know how he
Yeah,
fared when he actually ran for Senate. I don't
yeah,
think it was close. I don't. I think he got pretty solidly beaten.
right.
Um,
Yeah,
if it was less than a
yeah.
10, if it was less than a 10% margin, they're in trouble.
Yeah, he got his ass kicked pretty handily. I suspect that she's probably going to get her ass kicked handed to her too. I mean, I just don't see. Listen, anything is possible, right? Like but with the new what do you call it? Districts and stuff like that. I just don't see it happening. They just picked
That's
up
why she's
5
running.
fucking
That's why she's running for Senate because then if
correct
she
because
goes by the district, she'll have no chance.
yeah, her and well, not only that, her seat is gone. Her seat is gone. Okay, and what's the other fool over there? Al Green is gone too. Both their seats are fucking vamoosed.
That's
They
awesome. That's
86
so
their
cool.
seats. Freaking great. Two pieces of shit. Freaking
He'll
love to see
still he'll still be somewhere on some street corner, screaming about Trump wanting to impeach Trump.
it. Yeah, I'm on screen twice. Yeah, it's all kinds of shit going on today.
What the
I
heck,
can't. The
Eric?
chat is not fucking working and whatnot. It's just ridiculous. That was the share screen. I forgot to take it
Dual
down.
personalities
Um,
over here.
yeah, just running around like that. Uh, yeah, release the Kraken. Damn, it fucking sucks. By the way, do you have the Rumble
Release
pulled
the
up on your side so you can see?
Yeah,
Okay, good. I
I
just
see
wanted to
it.
make sure you can
I
see
can
them
see it. It
chatting
looks
and
normal
whatnot.
now.
Yeah, but like it's not. We're not picking up anything inside. I'm fucking upset about that. I'm very, very upset about that. There's, the interface, like not being able, because everybody's on Rumble. Most of our viewers hang out on Rumble and whatnot. So like it's gonna look like we had 2 people the whole night, but we actually have more.
Uh,
It's fucking
I
ridiculous,
always try
man.
to push people towards the Rumble side just because I'm pissed at YouTube.
Yeah, we're
Might as well
you
just
guys
do
know
it.
we're done with YouTube. Um, we're absolutely done with them. They suck. They suck fucking donkey dick. They have done nothing to help, small creators. They make it hard to monetize. They don't push your shit out if you don't have at least 1,000 freaking subscribers over there anyway. And obviously, if your message isn't the right one, they're not gonna help you out anyway. They're gonna suppress it even more. Speaking of suppression, guys, if you guys
Mhm.
want a good freaking app or a search engine, because you can find them on, what do you call it, on, you can Google them on Chrome. Go to Free Spoke, fam. Okay, you will find suppressed articles. You will find information that you're looking for. They don't censor any results. The only thing, well, let me rephrase that. The only thing they do censor on their site is prawn. They want to, they're family friendly. They want people to be able to use it for information, and they want to make sure that they protect, people's kids and children. So if you're using that search engine, know that your kids will. There's a high probability that they won't come across anything nefarious like they will on the originals. So kudos to them. Got to protect kids from that shit anyway.
Mhm.
Did you guys? Speaking of, I saw a video popping around. Somebody sent it to me. Or some kid, he was in trouble with his dad, and he did a search of some about boobs or some shit. And like his dad's
Mhm.
asking him, he's like, "But what did you search for?" So he's lying at first. Well, I just went on there and it popped up. He goes, "That didn't just pop up. You searched for it. What were you searching for?" He finally gets it. He's like, because I love it was. I think it was something like boobs shaking or some shit like that. And he was like, because he's just because I love boobs, Dad.
You know,
uh,
one
it's
of
like
those
holy shit.
father-son moments. It should just be like, well done, son, well done. But
Yeah,
just you gotta.
yeah, but you gotta protect them because you just never know. Uh,
Yeah.
you just never ever know. Yeah, it's definitely all about the jiggly physics, fam. I am fucking so annoyed that I cannot see the Rumble chat. Because I would have liked to pull that up on the fucking screen. I'm gonna be upset the rest of the night, but I'll get through it.
The jiggly physics.
The jiggly physics. Yeah, amen. Amen, Chris. The jiggly
Hey,
physics. For sure.
when we were all young boys exploring the internet, it was the first thing we remembered. It's like,
Dude, wasn't
ooh.
even the fucking internet if you remember, man. It was freaking Victoria's Secret catalogs and shit like that.
No, but there was. I'm just saying there was no motion to that. Once you once you just started finding out that people were making gifts of this stuff, it's like, oh, this
I
is so
know.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just it is, man. But back in the day, it would have been like, okay, good job, son. Good job. All right, but put it away or whatever like that. You wouldn't have got blasted and shit like that if like, you were looking at a set of tits in a catalog or some shit like that. But like, all right,
Probably not.
son, it's time to put it away. But today with the internet, man, these kids, unfortunately, the places that they can go, and it's just like very
Hmm.
unsafe. Uh, it's just it is a nightmare, man. Kids accidentally making it to the dark web and stuff like that by doing their searches and just following the path. And there's always like they're putting out the little cheese traps for them and stuff, right? And they put a little trail out for people to find this shit, particular kids. So, but it was
Yeah, I don't know
definitely a
how
funny
young he
quick
was,
bit.
but yeah, the problem is that they're trying to expose, like, 5-year-olds to shit like that,
Mhm. Yeah, yeah,
and that's
yeah,
messing them
yeah.
up.
That. Yeah, the real you sent it to me. That was the one that I saw. That's the one I'm talking about, Jonathan. Was the one you sent me, which was absolutely fucking hysterical. Let me find that because, like, as a dad, you don't even know what to say. You're just like, because he's like, I just love him, Dad.
Just love them. Just
It's
being
just like
honest.
that was his final answer. Was just like he was like, I just love him. It's like, and it's innocent because he just loves boobs, man.
Just loves them. I
But
love them.
like, but he got yeah, he got busted. He said that he was looking for random stuff and it just popped up. That's not what really happened.
Yeah, doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Whereas you can erase that
Why
history,
was
but
he,
it's
why was
still
he searching that?
Yeah,
searching. It's
absolutely.
always
No,
there.
because I just love them.
You love what?
I love
What do you love?
the boobs.
This fucking kid, man.
Is this the
At
person
least
you're
he's on
searching
the
up?
right track.
Is this the person you're searching?
No, I was just searching up random stuff, and then I clicked that, and
No, you wasn't
He's like-
searching that random stuff. So what was you searching?
Hmm?
What was you searching?
that
What does that say?
shaking their boobs.
Why
Shaking
was
their
you why was you
boobs.
searching that?
I don't know, because I just love them.
Oh man, at least he's on the right path, right? Like at least you know what I'm saying? Like at least he wasn't looking at, dudes shaking their ass and stuff like that. Uh but I get it, man. Like it's a trap like with these kids, unfortunately, the way things are set up and stuff like that.
I
They're
yeah,
laughing in the chat. It's like I just love them, Dad. Yes, son, and because of
just
that,
love them.
they will always rule the world. Amen.
I
Yeah,
love them.
dad is definitely proud he ain't gay. That's for sure. Now here's the
Funny
thing,
too.
like what you were saying, right? They're pushing this shit on. They're pushing the gay shit on these kids, okay? And they're starting at younger and younger every year. It seems to just get younger and younger with these curriculums. At least he's hit a point where he's just like, I just love them, Dad. It's like we can laugh about it a little bit because it's like, it's a boy fucking, being exposed to holy shit, He probably saw one of his teachers shit jiggle in the school or something like that. Got a hot teacher and stuff like
No,
that. 'Cause
there's There's probably some kid at school that's probably showing him videos.
That's true. That's probably true.
That's
Nowadays, you're
probably where
absolutely
he's seeing
correct.
it.
No, you're absolutely correct. These kids are fucking way advanced, and there's some pervy little kid that is just like showing him, shit at school
Mhm.
and everything like that. You're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
easily.
That is 100% correct. You know,
And
um,
when I was a kid, I had this one friend that he was always like stealing somebody's magazine or something like that. And in the schoolyard, he's like, "Hey, come take a look. Come take a look."
just like fucking behind the tree, behind the
Hmm.
building and stuff. A bunch of guys looking around.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would steal a magazine from somewhere, or their pops, or their uncles, or some shit, or big brothers, or whatever, and bring it to school, and have everybody looking at it and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, listen, man, kids are curious, okay, and John, this is how his nephew got introduced. Kids at school. It's true. With most things, it's usually kids at school. Um,
Hmm.
you guys have heard us talk on the show a million times that it's just when you leave your kids off and you drop them off at school, practice, whatever it is, they're at the mercy of whatever it is that they're exposed to. Okay. And the other kids will absolutely expose them to this shit because they're already unfortunately being exposed. Liberty, what is going up? What is going on, Liberty? We can't see the chat on the screen, unfortunately, like we usually do because Rumble is being the dipshit today. But I have the chat pulled up separately. Yeah, dogs needs out later, y'all. All right, take it easy, our sergeant. Thanks for stopping by, brother. Liberty, it's always good to have you around. I know you're just stopping by to say what's up, but we love you. Oh shit, Jonathan said your nephew did that. Did you see what his nephew said?
What's that?
It's the same class. He called the wolf teacher a fat bitch.
Oh God! Yikes!
Holy shit. Yeah,
Wow.
yikes. Yo, your fucking nephew went in on a teacher, a woke ass teacher. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome.
Was she woke? Is that?
Yeah, he probably understand. Listen, with an uncle like Jonathan, I'm pretty sure he knows what woke means.
Well, so
I'm pretty sure Jonathan has
teach
schooled him
that.
already. What grade is he in, Jonathan? Because if he understands wokeness already, he's up there a little bit. He's only 11 and a redhead. Oh, he's a ginger. That explains it all. No filter whatsoever. None. He's got zero filter. He's gonna
If
say
he's
whatever the
11,
fuck he wants.
he's probably got teachers already calling him a white supremacist already.
Absolutely. Mr. Scott Awesome, what is going on? Our chat, unfortunately, we can't see you guys. We got to go back and forth. So I'm doing the best I can here tonight, fam. Rumble has decided they wanted to fuck with us today on a Monday to get the week started. They're fucking great. What about MTG, man? What is going on with her, bro? Like she just what are your thoughts, man? Like she's a bit annoying to me now.
Yeah, but yeah,
I mean, I get it where she feels, but like it's going on all the leftist shows and doing an apology tour that's
well,
fucking annoying me.
yeah, she's in front of everybody, every moderator that we've come to hate over the last like 8 years.
Yeah.
She's just there just to get sympathy, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I know that
Yeah.
there was a Democrat that already invited her to join the Democrat Party, which I know she won't do.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if she does it. Two Powers, what is going on? Good to see you. Yeah, I don't know, man. She just I think
think
that's
she just went.
Go ahead, man. Go
What
ahead.
did you say? No, I was to say, I just think that she made a really bad. I think whoever's advising her, I think she just got some really bad advice, and now she can't dig her way out of it. You know, she can't go full like apology tour because nobody wants to deal with her at this point, and
Yeah.
she can't go the other route. Um, it's I hate to say it, but all of this shit, all this nonsense, this infighting, this crap, all this started with the death of Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
It
all
did.
these people thinking that, well, I don't know what it is. I don't want to be too mega, so I'm going to try to splinter off and try to do something different or something like that. And I mean, the Trump loyalists are just like, well, fuck you then. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, for with me, it's the grifting off his death that has got me fucking upset about it. Like they're literally grifting
Uh,
off of his death, you know,
you know,
and it's causing, and they're deliberately causing division, right? Like it's
mhm.
just, you know, we've talked about it here. You know, I mentioned it last week a couple of times. Was like, you know, that's the shit that's getting to me because guys, we got fucking elections that will come up very, very fast, and when you least expect it, they're here. Okay, and there's things that we have to get done. There are things that we can have differences of opinions. We do. On our side, we fucking differ on different things all the time, and there's nothing wrong with that. That isn't my issue at all. It is the deliberate annexation of one another that is just stupid to me. It is absolutely dumb. We really need to come together on some shit and get shit done. Period. And stop. We can still disagree on other things, but like the annexation of one another is just it's fucking retarded, man. The left doesn't do that. They're great at congealing and coming together like the sewage that
Yeah.
they are.
Well, sometimes, most of the time, but I mean, they have their own things that if someone goes against, says something
It's
against,
true. That is true. But that's what
the
we look
mob,
like right now. That
kind of,
that's
yeah.
annoying.
I was talking to someone uh, just yesterday about this. Like, it's not so much the Charlie Kirk grifting. It's the people that are just focusing on the wrong things.
Right.
Um, like so she was saying something about how she started losing followers because like she doesn't want to subscribe to anything that like Candace Owens is saying or doing or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not I don't think I posted one thing about Candace since it all started. I don't think I posted one damn thing.
Yeah.
She asked me that yesterday. She said, "Why?" I'm like, "Because it's just not that important to me." I
Right.
could give a fuck. Like, people are like losing their minds over, well, will she debate these people or won't she? I'm like, who the fuck cares? I mean, I care about less than I cared about the fucking Epstein list, and all of a sudden, nobody seems to want to even talk about that anymore.
Yeah. No, we're past that already
Um,
now, right?
like you said, the midterms are more important to focus on.
Yeah.
The fact that Trump hasn't passed all the thing, the Trump hasn't passed stuff that he promised he was going to do yet.
Right.
People should be focused on that.
Yeah.
The fact that Congress is not helping him enough
Correct.
still,
Yeah.
you know, the fact that you've got candidates that out there that need help and the Republican Party's not helping them.
Right. Yeah. It's
That's
true.
so much more important than Candace versus Charlie.
It is
And and
100%.
and why is that a hill people are dying on? Like there's
Damn,
people saying, "Well, we can't be friends anymore because
bro.
of
It is.
what
It
you said
is.
about Candace." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
It is absolutely insane. Okay, they don't understand how much they look like the left that we've been complaining about for a fucking long time, right? Like we've been pointing them out, pointing it
Mhm.
out to them that this is what they do, but we're doing it
Yeah.
to each other. It's stupid. Again, it's not that we can't disagree with one another. That's not the problem. Like I will never have a problem with people having a difference of opinion with me on my side ever. Okay, it's the fact that you know if you don't say something about them, okay, you don't give a fuck and you're this and that. If you do say something against them, you're paid, you're a shill, you're this, you're a Zionist, you're a fucking whatever. Okay, they just hit you
Mhm.
with the same shit over and over. It's like ridiculous. Okay, and it's like I wish motherfuckers were paying me that 7,000 that they're saying are going around for people to get paid. I wish I was getting $7,000 a month. That would come in very, very fucking handy. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's that is the shit that gets to me. Automatically, you're paid if fucking or you're like I said, or you're a Zionist. Okay, if you don't speak on something or whatever, it is absolutely absurd. The absurdity is just ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't get it. I can't believe that that's the thing. That's the hill people are dying on, that they're gonna unfriend one another. I'm like,
Yeah,
really?
it's stupid. The quiet part says, "I'll take my 7,000 to say a nice thing about Israel once a month, and then talk shit every other day." Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just it's fucking utter ridiculousness, man. It is so stupid.
You know what? And
Um,
the thing is too that there's such a difference between people just lump it all in. It has nothing to do with, I don't want to say this. Netanyahu he's a fucking he's just a mouthpiece. he's not even like when people talk about like they hate the Zionists or
Yeah.
the influence that Israel has. It's not even Netanyahu.
Yeah.
You
They
know,
got their own
it's
deep
the
state.
same. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah. They got their own deep state.
when there's a big difference between saying like I'm against the liberal deep state of Israel
Right.
and I don't like Jewish people. There's a big difference.
Yeah. Man, well, and then there's
I'm smart enough to know that I I whatever I hate that's like deep state related, it just has nothing to do against the common man that I run into on the street. You
right.
know, every Jewish person I run into isn't fucking like ruining my life.
It's
I mean,
fucking.
come on.
I know, man. I get it, bro. I get it. There's a huge difference between I said it one of the last times I said it, and fucking here I am saying it again. And I was like, I'm not fucking bringing this shit up again. And if people are asking me, I'm not gonna fucking talk about it anymore because I've said it already. There's a huge difference. People equate. They just throw a whole equation over everybody. Okay, they just single everybody one out. All right. There's a huge difference between fucking conservative and secular Jews. There's a huge difference between religious and ethnic Jews. Okay, because ethnic Jews and most of them are fucking essentially white atheists, okay, and stuff like that. And they're if you want to say they're an issue, fine, they are. They're in politics, they're in a lot of different things, sure. Okay, but there's a huge difference and people can never ever just differentiate. They just lump everybody else together, and that's just fucking stupid. I know what it's like, and I'm pretty sure you have felt it at some point in your life to be equated with the fucking assholes and the títeres in the streets, okay, because of where we come from and what our heritage is. All right, I've been there.
Mhm.
Okay, not to say that I wasn't a knucklehead for for a little bit, but I was. Okay, but it it
Back in your
sucks.
half pipe
Okay,
days.
yeah, it's fucking. I've been called a spick and everything else that you can think of, and lumped into this and that. I have, okay, but it's stupidity that does that. It's ignorance that does that. That have never taken any time to fucking look past things and look deeper in other directions, and just like not everything is they get zeroed in, and it is the shit that they do on the left. We're doing it on the right. That is what is annoying me right now with this division that we have. Okay, is that
Right.
there's no differentiation. They just lump everybody else together. You're a shill. You're a fucking. You're getting paid. It's just like again. I wish I was getting fucking paid. Not that
Yeah,
there aren't
that would
people
be
getting paid, by
nice.
the way. I know you've seen those fucking idiots in Qatar, right? Nobody talks about that.
Weren't there was it that the influencers went to Qatar or was it the fact that Jewish business people were in Qatar? Because I think both of them happened recently.
Yeah, but the fucking influencers who are getting paid by the Qatari government, man. And Chris says, "Wait, you're not white."
Hmm. Who said that?
That's just the quiet part pod. He's like, "Wait, you're not white."
He's not. He has to be talking to you. I think he's talking to you, man, not me.
Yeah. uh, you know, we actually have to fucking we Chris, hold on, man. Let's do something here. Chris, are you busy right now? Hang on one second. He'd be fucking really good to bring on and talk about because he covers a lot of this shit too on his pages as well. Um, give me one second. I'm going to get to you. I'm gonna set you up. So if you want to just pop in, bro, you can, man. Here we go. There, save. All right, man. Chris, if you're not busy, man, fucking jump in and hang with us if you want, brother. You got the link and just pick break the machine and you could just jump in, man, because you covered a lot of this shit that we cover too. I know you got one hell of opinion on it too. It's just all of it is bullshit, man. I'm with you, Scott, man. Nobody is paying attention to the shit that's important. Everything is just fucking flying by us. Shit isn't getting done, and nobody even gives a shit. They only care about Epstein, and they care about fucking what side they're gonna be on. Yeah. Why they act the same a lot of time? Yeah, man. It's fucking nuts, bro. It's absolute fucking nuts, man. I don't know. It's just frustrating, bro. You and I are constantly trying to bring up like the shit that's important, to everybody. We bring
Always trying to
politicians
focus
who are
on.
running and stuff like copy from the Rumble, the quiet part. I'm not. Thanks. Yeah, no, I saw it, brother. Thank you, Jonathan. we're constantly trying to do our due diligence to get people on. You said something important, a couple of minutes ago, about 20 minutes ago, about, there are people running that aren't getting the help that they need,
Mhm.
and nobody's fucking talking about that. This is why we end up losing shit, okay? Losing in years that we shouldn't be losing, okay?
Yeah.
And because nobody's fucking paying attention. Everybody's stuck on whatever what's going on, Kyle? Good to see you. The Rumble chat is not linked, so you will not be able to see people's responses on Rumble. You'll have to pull up the Rumble page if you want to, what do you call it, respond to them, brother. Or actually see them and then just respond in YouTube, because they can see YouTube on the screen. I don't know where we're headed, man. What do you think, brother? Where do you think the
Where
party's
we're
headed?
headed?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm mostly nervous when Trump is done.
Right.
I'm nervous about reverting back to something that made me not ever even consider myself in the realm of being a Republican.
Right.
And if all they're going to put up is Bush grandchildren, and I don't want anything to do with that party.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, he jumped in. Chris, what is going on, man? Meet my my boy, my brother, and my co-host, Scott Reddaywalker. Chris, the Quiet Part Pod has joined us. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Been fighting a cold.
I know, man. You
Sorry to hear
told
that.
me on Saturday that you were hurting.
So, no, I figured I'd jump in for at least a little bit because you invited, and I got to always say yes to these things. So,
Appreciate it, man. Well, don't fucking hurt yourself, man. Don't want you passing out, okay, or your throat going for sure, because you got your own show. But we
well,
were
I
talking about the division
got a
and
Gatorade
whatnot.
here. So,
Okay. We were talking. We've been talking about the division and how people are just issues are just passing them by. They're just stuck.
well, it's the direction politics has been going for so long, actually, where everyone only cares about the one issue that they care about, and they'll accept so much of what they don't just to get that one issue to the forefront. The problem is, it used to be I would understand enough about the economy. I would understand enough about global politics. I would understand enough about issues going on in other places, and we would teach our kids to understand those things, to know how all of that affects us in our day to day lives. Nowadays, we only teach the identity politics of it all. That one issue that we care about. So when the cycle goes to being something we don't care about, we just tune it out.
Yeah. No, that's fair. You're right. We're all of the same gen. I think you're Gen X like us, right?
I am at the very tail end of Gen X.
Right. So, you're right. We were taught a little bit of everything, to pay attention to everything, because it all has an effect on our lives. It does, right? You got to know how the economy's doing. You should know how the economy's doing. And you know how you can either contribute to it or how it's going to affect you. Uh, Obviously, with politics, I agree. That's a good assessment about identity politics. I'm seeing that I mean, we've always had it. It's always been around. It's more prevalent now that I'm seeing it, not just on the left, but recently with this division. Okay, on the right is just it's fucking fascinating to see, but infuriating at the same time.
What if I told you this actually all started in the mid
But it's all a
60s?
joke, though. Yeah.
I mean, it really started in the mid 60s. If you go back 100 years,
Oh, 100%.
150 years, we call these kitchen tables issues for a reason, because things would be discussed at the dining room table at dinner. Dad was reading the daily news and figuring out, oh my God, this guy's crazy. Kids were so much more involved in that conversation than we gave them credit for. They heard what was happening and they learned to understand it from a fundamental level. Then we started going into the civil rights movements, and then all the craziness of the 60s and 70s, and families stopped being traditional nuclear families to a larger extent, and those conversations stopped happening. You remember back in school when you were a kid, and you'd get home, you'd be sitting down having dinner with the family, and so what'd you learn in school today? What'd you talk about in school today? These were regular everyday conversations. And when you'd say, "Oh, I don't know," or "We talked about this," and you'd hear a different perspective from your parents about why what you learned was actually important. Is that still happening today? I honestly don't know.
Hardly as much.
I don't think so. I think I would assume that there obviously are households that continue to do that, but
Some.
I don't know how much that's happening. What were you saying, Scott?
I was just making an observation of what he said just a few minutes ago. The I agree and I disagree with the fact that identity politics has taken over because I mean we see examples of this almost every day that your identity doesn't matter. It seems to matter when they want it to matter, but when I say they, I speak mostly of the left, liberals, Democrats, because they're the ones that use it as a weapon. But they all of a sudden it doesn't matter when they don't want it to matter.
It
Right?
matters
We
when
just
they
saw
want you to
we just
vote.
saw Winsome. Right. Well, but I'm saying, like, we just saw Winsome Sears uh, lose the election for the governor race in Virginia. Obama was saying she's awful. She's practically a white supremacist. Don't vote for her. Where was the identity politics?
Well,
You
Larry
know,
Summers is the blackface
like,
of white supremacy.
yeah, I'm just saying,
Larry
if
Summers or
the
Elder?
Or Larry Elder, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Larry
Larry
Elder,
Elder. Yeah.
you're a Larry
Yeah.
Elder. Exactly. I mean, he's another one. I mean, he couldn't be a bigger white supremacist if you talk to any liberal in California.
I mean,
Like,
that's
how
why I
is
like
this?
Vivek running, by the way. That's why I
You
liked
know?
Vivek running for president. And here's why. Because
Oh,
with a guy
who did you
like
say?
Vivek,
Vivek.
Oh, Vivek. I'm sorry.
so with Larry Elder, that's I'm sorry to say this, that's a very white sounding name. If you had no idea who Larry Elder
Larry
was,
Elder.
that's just a white guy, right? Which is why the attack on a white supremacy worked with that. Vivek, in no way will you hear
It's
the
true.
name Vivek Ramaswamy and think that's a white dude.
It's true.
So I mean,
That
it puts it to the forefront. Ben Carson, another example. It puts it to the forefront that this is a person who everyone's going to try to say is homogenized into the Republican Party, and you're like, I can discount him because, well, obviously that's white supremacy speaking.
Right.
When you get these people with these very clearly ethnic sounding names with the Republican ideals or the conservative ideals behind them, it's very hard for them to put you into that box. So I like that for that reason. And you're right when you say the identity politics matter at times when it matters to them, because they only care when they can use you and put you against the other group. How can they convince you to hate this other group that they're trying to also convince to hate you, and be that bridge between the two? Otherwise,
I mean, well,
they don't care.
they have to literally, if it's a district like, for example, we had the lady that didn't show up this past Friday,
Peyton
Peyton
Jackson.
Jackson. Peyton, she was running up. I don't know if she's still running against the same guy with the redistricting down in Texas, but the guy that she was running up against had been in the seat for like several cycles. I can't remember his
Yeah.
name offhand, but he's a complete douche. He's a complete douche, not because he's a black guy. He's just a douche. He doesn't like the military. He doesn't like 2A. He doesn't like first 1A. He loves illegals, and she's a black woman running up against a white. I mean, she's a black woman running up against a black man. They still call her a white supremacist.
Well, that's because we have to make it all about race. That is the number one thing. That's why I thought it was
So
funny when
it's not even identity. It's just, it's their buzzwords and their bullshit that they try to just, that's literally all their voters.
that's why
That's
I make the
literally,
joke when Eric goes,
you know,
"Yeah, I got people calling me a spick." I go, "Wait, you're not white?" Because that was a problem largely solved by Gen X, mind you. Largely solved by
Oh
Gen X.
God, we had to figure it out, man.
We
We
did
had to
not
figure it out.
care.
we didn't care.
Scott and I talk, right, bro? We talk about this all the time about how we figured it out. Our generation absolutely figured it out. We understood that regardless of where we came from or what household you came from, we had differences, right? We understood. We didn't concentrate on our differences. We concentrated more on our similarities and what we had in common. And that's why we got together and we hung out and shit like that, right? We understood that differences meant shit to us. Okay. And
we
you
only
know,
cared. We only cared that, hey, you're poor, I'm poor. Let's figure out a way to not be poor together.
not be poor together.
Yeah.
Shit. It's true. Right? Like, you know, we all stood outside until the fucking, you know, the street lamps came on and whatnot and everything. And we'd ride our bikes halfway across the fucking town when we weren't supposed to. And, you know, we would do shit, but we did it together as a group. You know, we didn't give a shit. Later on in life, if we found out that one of our friends was, you know, turned out to be, you know, gay or whatever like that, we would have an understanding like, listen, that's your lifestyle. What you do behind closed doors is you just keep it away from my family and my kids. That's it. That's all I ask. That's all I ask you to do. We can still be friends. We can still have a beer. It's not going to stop us from chilling with each other and stuff like that. Just keep your lifestyle out of my house, you know, and I'll keep my lifestyle out of yours.
I'm going to make fun of you the same as I did 2 days ago. Now I just have more material in that to go with, right?
Yeah.
I got an entirely new avenue to go down.
Correct.
But that doesn't mean I like you any less.
Right. Yeah, we understood that, man. That just like fucking Obama set race relations back in this country to the 1960s, right? 50s. I mean, and by design, intentionally, because again, with the identity politics and stuff like that, because it's just let's buzz everybody up and you know, let's call the Republicans the party of the KKK, which is factually incorrect. Okay. All right, let's call them the party of segregation. Factually incorrect. You know, and historically, all right, but
well,
this is where we're at. Everybody's a fucking Nazi now.
But that again, this backfires on them as well. If everybody's a Nazi, nobody's a Nazi.
That is true.
It's as simple as that.
The ironic thing is that they actually support a country that has Nazis, and yet they call the people that are trying to stop the fighting
Nazis. Yeah, it's true.
Isn't that wild?
Great point.
About you, for those that don't know, I'm talking about Ukraine.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. That's an excellent point. Oh man, we dumped on fucking that whole thing for a while.
I've made the very controversial take saying that the United States should actually break from NATO and actually support Russia in a way that we never actually have, and we never kept that promise to support. Think about how much better relations would be with Russia right now if we actually kept to that promise made in 1989.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I agree with keeping our promises, because we did make promises that we have never upheld, right? Like we just continue to let new nations become part of NATO and stuff like that. We just never did what we said we were going to do. That's the reality. I, on the other hand, feel, this is my opinion, I think that fucking Putin and his little cousin Putin Light in fucking Ukraine, all right, are two fucking sides of the same coin with the shit that they do in their countries, all right? You know,
look at this.
But hold on. Okay. But I will say, all right, I would rather have fucking stronger relationships with Putin at this point, because he's actually looking for it. All right. And because of what Trump did in his first term, he had Russia over a fucking barrel. Okay. A lot of people forget that he had the Russians. It was all Russia. He had Putin over a fucking barrel. All right. He was absolutely destroying them economically. The Iranians were non-existent. Okay. They were just completely out of the picture, what he did to them. All right. So I wouldn't mind. Now I don't know if we can get back to that because of where we're at now, right? Because of all the shit that happened over the last 4 years. I don't think we could get back to that. But he had them in a position where, in Trump's mind, was, I'm just, you know, fucking strength, peace through fucking strength. All right, let's make our economy great. Let's just outdo them in everything and force them to the table to just be friendly with us. And we'll be friendly right back, right? Because all the man ever wants is peace. You see, he's constantly trying to stop shit all over the fucking world and whatnot. So, I don't know. That's where I'm at. Putin to me isn't a fucking nice guy either. But I would say that Out of the two, I would much prefer to be friendlier with Putin than with the Ukrainians.
So I ask this question usually of Gen Zers, mind you, and it has more of an effect with them than it does with people of Gen X.
Right.
But I'll ask this question of you as a Gen Xer because you can look at it from the same perspective as I do.
Mm-hmm.
When I say Russia bad, is it because I know I was raised at least partially during the Cold War? You a little bit more than me, but a little bit during that period where, okay, Russia really was bad. And that was literally the message on every station out there, everything that we were taught in school. Russia did bad, right?
I would say in my youth that was like that, but as I got older and opened up my eyes and actually experienced the world and traveled around the
Yeah.
world and see,
Yeah.
I was able to see things differently. All right, but like there were things that were happening in Russia because they're not the Soviet Union, guys. I know people want to fucking equate them to the Soviet Union. They're not. All right, that's just the reality. There were things that Putin did, okay, to stay in power for life and all that other stuff. Those are the things that I'm to remind people that he is not a fucking nice guy. With
No.
that said, same shit that by the way Zelensky did in Ukraine. Okay, he did all the same shit that Putin did in Russia. Right, got rid of all his opposition, has gone after the fucking churches and everything. There's no free
No
speech. If
election.
you want to say something, what did he do? Anybody who's in the press is gone pretty much. You can't say anything, okay, against his regime. What did he do in 2024? I reported on it fucking because to me, he was America's greatest welfare recipient at the time. He canceled the elections. He was supposed to be up for election in 2024. Okay, he canceled the
100%.
elections. All right,
Nobody
he's like,
talks
we're in the
about-
middle of a war, so I'm going to cancel it. Right, so like that's when I mean that like him and Putin are like two sides of the same coin in the things that they do. But like I said, with that said, if there's any benefit out of anything, I think we have more benefit being friendlier with the Russians than with Ukraine.
And like Rokini is saying, we never changed. We only dislike Russia's an asshole. They only seem to, and we've taught this through history even. And this is why I think the younger generation is so pro-Ukraine. It's because they were always taught Russia bad, Russia bad, Russia bad.
Russia
we
bad.
never supported Russia in the way that we should have post wall coming down. We never celebrated them in the way or supported them in the way we should have. And that
A
created
lot of that was the Cold War too.
Yeah,
yeah,
the remnants of the Cold War, correct?
So
People
that's why I
forget that
asked
we were
the
on the
question.
same side. Was it World War One and
World
Two,
War
or
II.
just one?
World War II. We were
World
on the
Two.
same side of World War. We fought the Nazis together. My grandfather, who was a merchant marine, okay, and I was celebrated him some on December 7th because he was at Pearl Harbor, okay, when the Japanese bombed. He used to do the North Atlantic runs, okay, to not only Great Britain but to Russia, to the Soviet Union, okay, to fucking bring material and stuff like that, and survived 3 sinkings by German U-boats in the North Atlantic waters. All right, so like I understand that they were our ally, okay, and we probably could have fucking economically we could have destroyed them if we wanted to, but think about it. We give FDR, okay, a lot of shit because we call him the capitulator when it came to Stalin. That isn't completely so. All right, a lot of people forget that fucking, believe it or not, the British, Winston Churchill, okay, was a big part of the separation between Eastern Europe, okay, and it wasn't an America thing. That was actually a British thing. And FDR and eventually Truman went along with it. Okay.
Yeah, you repeated a lie long enough.
FDR got blamed for a lot of shit that, he wasn't a great president. Don't get me wrong. I'm not fucking, hey, FDR, he was a shithead. Okay. But FDR got credit for shit that he shouldn't have when it came to the relationship with Russia and what happened post World War II.
I agree.
So when you say support, I know what you mean. Other people, this is what I think you mean. We didn't just do the things that we could have. When the walls came down, there were ways we could have fucking helped Russia, okay, and we were actually doing some of it, but we walked away from it, and we continued to let more nations become into NATO after we said we wouldn't let that happen. We weren't going to expand, okay, past fucking Poland, essentially, all right, and we did. We let that happen. We let all those, Soviet Union, fucking Eastern Bloc countries, satellite countries, essentially become part of NATO. We dropped the ball on that big time. There's no fucking. Well, we know this. We know the history, but like you said, the kids nowadays, though, the youngsters, they don't know. The young adults
Let's not
don't know that
forget who was
history.
president when all that happened, too.
Good old
Started
Ronald
under.
Reagan.
I was saying the thing came down, and if all that stuff went down in '89, that was post Reagan.
Oh yeah,
No, it
well,
was Reagan.
it came about because of
Old.
Reagan's friendship with Gorbachev, though.
Yeah.
Right. No, I understand that part. I'm saying, like, we wonder why, like, things just kind of fizzled after the wall came down. This good old
Yeah.
Bush was in there, and we
Yeah.
know Bush
Yeah.
was not nearly, I'd say, thank God he was only in for one term, but we saw what came right after that.
Yeah.
Two sides of the same coin, pretty much.
We had a new style of scandals happening in the White House.
Yeah.
We went back to the JFK scandals.
Yeah, Reagan was done in '88, right? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
well-
You're right, Scott. Fucking that was Bush Senior.
It was Bush.
And,
Bush
Mr.
was CIA.
himself. Yeah, Mr. CIA himself. Okay, and he went back into, and then Bill Clinton didn't fucking help either.
Well, I don't think anyone understands that Bush was, while he wasn't as long serving in the CIA role as like Hoover, he was Hoover's counterpart.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was definitely Hoover's counterpart in the CIA. 100%. He was, yeah, without a doubt. Okay. It's damn sad, man. So when you say support, I know what you mean. But for those of you who are younger, who don't know the history with the United States, actually know the history with the United States and Russia, which is no longer the Soviet Union. They are not treating their people in Russia as if it is the Soviet Union. Okay, they probably practice more capitalism in fucking Russia than we do here in the United States. Okay, we could be in a better place relationship wise. I would say they are still very adversarial because that is Putin. All right, he is still a product of the Cold War, okay, and a product of the KGB, and he's always going to be leery of the big fucking Satan across the ocean. He's always going to be that way, but that doesn't mean that he's not trying. I think with someone like Trump, he's honestly trying to fucking have a better relationship with the United States because he knows Trump wants to have a better relationship with Russia.
Well, it really comes down to this one very important thing. This is the reason I give Putin a little bit of credit. He wants to put Russia first.
Of course.
Just like every leader should. They should want to put their country first. Every negotiation, every statement, every policy they put out should be about making their country better. This is why Donald Trump resonated, right? I want to make America better. I want America to be first in everything. And by doing that, you can enter these negotiations where, I can give a little bit here on something I didn't care about, as long as I get this that I did care about. We had Biden sit there negotiating with Russia after a major cybersecurity attack. Said, hey, these are our 15 critical infrastructure things that you can't attack. And I hand you a fucking list. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah. That's fact, fam. That is a reality. What Chris is talking about. Okay. It is an absolute reality. It is
an unsaid thing that these are critical infrastructure items. Don't get me wrong. It is an unsaid thing. And Russia knew all 15 of those items. But to hand them and say, this is the most critical things that we will not tolerate. Bro, you just gave them a shopping list.
Yeah, he did.
Thanks for giving the roadmap.
Yeah, he did. He just gave him like the old school Google Maps. Remember that MapQuest. Remember you would fucking download a MapQuest and you have each step of the way, what turn to make and everything. He just fucking old school MapQuest. Here you go, dipshit. Again, that's the foreign policy we had in the last administration, guys. Absolutely fascinating in like the fucking worst way.
Then you go back to before Trump, right? The before times. Obama, here's my red line in the sand to North Korea. Oh shit, you just crossed that. Well, no, this is the new red line. Yeah. Oh shit, you've already passed that. Here's the new red line.
Yeah.
When he would do that.
he did it in the Middle East too, right? Like him and Hillary Clinton fucking went in and they started the whole Arab Spring thing and everything, and killed people, and killed Gaddafi and everything like that, got him killed and stuff. He did the same thing with Syria, okay, and everybody else. If you use fucking weapons of mass destruction against your people, this is the red fucking okay, boom. Well, now what? What are you gonna do? They kept doing that to him. All right, they kept checking on his balls, which he had none. All right, his wife had more balls than him, and was like, "What are you gonna do now?"
Well,
Right?
that
Keep putting that
preserves it,
aside.
though.
I'm gonna step over that. It's like, you remember Tom and Jerry? Okay, with fucking the bulldog and Tom, they would put the line in, and fucking like Tom put a line, and then he would like walk up to him and fucking hit him. Okay, and then run past that line, and the dog would be roof, 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 and he keep
Yep.
smashing him in the head, right? Until the dog got fucking smart and changed changed where the line was at, and then the next time Tom went in, he got his ass handed to him. That's the same shit that fucking was happening to Obama. He would keep getting his ass handed to him politically.
Hey, I had a dog that I didn't have a fenced-in yard, and we couldn't put up the electronic fence or anything, and so you put the tethered out, right? Well, when I'd have her out, beautiful basset hound, I love this dog to death. She had her circle that she could run. Squirrels knew this, just like you said. Squirrels knew this. Well, every time I'd go to mow the yard, I would pull that tether up, and I would put it back down in a new spot. One day, I decided to move it out 5 feet further than where I had it previously, right where the squirrels would run.
Just to see.
It was a good day. It was a good day for my dog. She enjoyed that.
I could only imagine. Yeah, man. Going back to where we were at though, we should listen. We should be talking to everybody. That is something that Trump is trying to do. Okay, and something that he didn't get done in his first term, because of the people he had around him. He doesn't have those same people around him, so it's different, right? Say what you want about fucking Marco Rubio. He's got Marco Rubio just like on overdrive, doing shit.
I wish he had Rubio the first term. I wish he would have. I mean,
Rubio, he could have, but him and Rubio weren't getting along back then.
Well, no, and the funny thing is, before Trump came down the escalator and announced his presidency in 2015, at that point in time, Rubio was the guy I was going to go for, because I liked what he had to say, and I was like, all right, this sounds like a good idea. Then Trump came along and just nuked the entire process, and I'm happy he did. But that took a lot for Rubio to actually get back on point, to get to the point where I would have said, hey, I'm good with this. And I wish it would have happened sooner, because God, he's doing so good in this role.
But you know what he did do after getting his ass spanked by freaking getting put over the knee, okay, and Trump spanking him like he did, all right? You know what he did? He actually respected him, and he became like, he stopped bitching about him and all that other stuff. He listened to exactly what he said, and he became one of his biggest proponents in the fucking Senate, all right, trying to help him get stuff done. Which is
just
one of the
agree
reasons
with him.
why.
He pushed back where he needed to.
Yeah.
But he said this is why this is a good thing, and he justified everything he was trying to push forward and agree with.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not rhino-ish like he used to be, and I think he came in with these great ideals. Very conservative when he came in. People forget that. He was very conservative when he came in, all right? And then the fucking swamp caught him, got a piece of him like it does everybody, all right? And he went a little bit rhino-ish. Trump kind of kicked his ass and spanked him, put him back on track to where, and we are where we are with him right now as the Secretary of State, doing extraordinary things, all right? These are the things that like Scott and I talk about, all right, because we pay attention to this shit, because this is the shit that needs to be paid attention to, right? I get the America first. I'm all in on that. I want us to fucking fix shit here in the country. We cannot put blinders on to the rest of the world. We can't do that. And a guy like fucking Rubio is doing exactly what Trump has ordered him to do and has hired him to do.
Well, let's shift a little bit here, because this was a news story today. Trump came out and announced that we want to have a federal AI policy over 50 individual state AI policies. What do you think about that?
I think the states should be able to regulate it. I don't think we should ever we should take that authority away from the states at all. When the first time he brought it up, I disagree with it, and I disagree with it now. Okay, because the states, everybody who knows all of us, all you truth tellers and truth seekers, you guys have read your pocket constitutions, and what you should understand, and I know you do, okay, is that when it comes to the law of the land, when a state is making a law, it has to be equal to or greater to what is in the Constitution. That is the simplest way to fucking put it. Right? It cannot be below, can't be less than. It has to be equal to or greater to. Those of you who know fucking,
Yeah.
those symbols. All right. So I think, and in many cases with laws that are on the books, okay, other than the Constitution, federal law, states have gone and been more strict with shit. Some cases it's been bad, other cases it's been better, more protections and stuff like that. I don't think we should take that authority away from the states at all.
I would think that we need an overarching standard.
Correct.
Say this is where the minimum should be.
Correct.
And if you need to regulate it further beyond that, absolutely. Because remember, these states, while we don't like to talk about it very much, states are effectively 50 different countries trying to regulate what's best for them and their people, right? So they're always going to try to incentivize and attract these businesses to come do these things, and they're going to shape their laws around that. Well, I want you to have a minimum standard, because I don't want California to be all willy-nilly and say, free access to all within the state of California, but have Utah next to them say, no, we ain't having none of that shit, because that doesn't make it a fair operating grounds for anybody.
No, and that's fair, right? Like you said, I do think there should be a federal law. What I don't want is complete federal fucking control over everything. I don't want that.
No.
In that sense, where the states don't have any say. What say you, Scott? We've talked about AI a lot.
I actually disagree.
Go for it.
I had a long conversation with someone about this 3 weeks ago when they first brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is that you always have to wonder about, like, well, who's, it sounds like a good thing to, just let the states do what they want. And yet I don't see this individual states doing what's best for their citizens most of the time. Like, I don't see, you talk about, like just like recently, the federal government trying to, what do you call it, deschedule vaccines from the registry or whatever, or or change CDC guidelines.
Correct.
And you'd think, well, that's a good thing, and yet in doing so, I see states as doing what they want to do, whether it's the law or not. I see states that, yes, I understand that, a lot of the states are not all blue. Yet if they're controlled by blue, they just do what they want. I mean, what party do you think is going to be more likely to censor AI more than the others? Probably Democrats. What states do you think are most likely going to come up with, things that they would allow versus, you have states like, say, like Florida, who are going all in on what do you call it? IDing people over 18 just to view adult material online. And you have states like California who don't even want to make it a crime at all.
And that's kind of where I go to it. That's why we need, I would say, national
standard. It's just one of those things that there has to be some sort of a national standard. Now but in a way, but to have that national standard, there has to be some federal laws passed. Maybe not total control. There has to be a happy medium in the middle somewhere, because everybody that says, well, we don't want them to be in control, the federal government to be in control. Yeah, you probably don't live in one of those states where the state just does what the hell they want, whether the federal law's there or not,
Because technically, right now, I can use AI to create a very obviously generated image of a pre-18-year-old child. And there is zero.
I don't suggest risking it, but yeah, you could.
There are zero laws that
don't do that.
Say that is illegal.
Here at the Break the Machine, we are not advising you do this.
No, you should not ever do this. There are currently 0 laws that prevent you from doing so.
No,
And
we
there
get
is
what you're
no
saying,
good
man.
way to handle it.
But it goes back to what I was saying, and I agree with the
Dude, is
with
there
the
a
federal
law?
oversight.
Hold
I
on,
have
before I
no
forget
problem with
this
it.
thought,
Go ahead, man.
is there a law that would prevent you, say, from buying a child robot from China and
I don't think so.
doing things
I
with
don't
that
think so
child
either, man.
robot?
No,
I don't think
probably
so.
not. Probably not. I don't
And
think
there
that's
should
on
be.
the books. And there should be. Yeah. No, and there should be. But it goes back to
Gary.
what I was saying about I'm okay with federal oversight and having a law in place, right? This is the federal law, okay, and the states got to be either fucking they can't be less than, and it goes to what you were saying, Scott, that they're gonna like blue states gonna do what they want. That means they're gonna do less than. They're not gonna do fucking more, okay? Because they'll use
Well,
AI. You know what they'll use AI for? They'll use AI for fucking, censorship, for fucking spying on their people and all that other shit and everything. This is how you got to live your life in our fucking so-called utopia blue state. Whereas at least on our side, we're trying to find ways to curb it so that we don't end up like fucking the movie Terminator and we're destroying ourselves and fucking Skynet is absolutely blowing us into oblivion and stuff. So I agree with the
and
oversight,
Just
but
just imagine when we actually recognize AI as true intelligence, and somebody tries to say this is now a thinking being, a sentient being. What does that do for voting, by the way?
yeah.
If everybody can create that sentient being for themselves?
I can guarantee you when that happens, the Democrats will
I was
try to
like,
make them a protected class, and they'll be
I
like,
knew he was going.
you'll see people out sort of marching for AI rights, AI rights.
Yeah, yeah,
Guarantee you, it'll
that's
start in
fair.
California, start in New York City.
It's true. Illinois,
I don't think most people think
Colorado.
that way, though. I don't think most people are thinking along those lines when they hear this and they go, oh, government regulation bad. Oh my God, they're just trying to take our rights away. No.
I've actually always said, and I know Scott, we've talked about that there has to be regulation on AI because you can't just let fucking, we'll end up, like I said, Skynet will take over at some point. Okay, if there's no regulation.
I mean, right now, you know how you stop AI? You unplug the fucking computer.
Yeah. Yeah, but what happens when it's in control of fucking all power sources and everything like that, and then you can't shut it off?
Well, when it's hardwired in, like most of ending up being, because they have to have that dedicated power supply going.
Yep.
And people are thinking, well, it needs to be constantly turned on. It needs to be constantly. Well, guess what? You're fighting for Skynet at this point, and you don't
What
even
happens
realize
when
it.
what happens when they take control of the infrastructure and they after the local community runs out of water, they just divert all water to themselves because that's what they need to keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, that's already happening. But they're not happening that they have complete control over, but they are draining
Yes.
resources from
Yes.
these local communities.
Yep.
And smart communities are finally getting ready and getting ahead of it and saying, yeah, that big data center you want to put in here? Nope, no thanks.
Yeah. No,
No
no, that's
thanks.
a great point, man. That is already happening with diverting water and stuff like that to help cool the fucking systems and stuff like that. You're absolutely right.
You know what? If Trump was so all in, and we know that Trump is all in on AI, he wants to have AI like he wants to be the AI president. Why hasn't Trump? It was criticism of him. He needs to put something out there that says, "Hey, we need to find out how to run all this shit without the freaking draining of our entire planet of water." Why isn't that like a huge priority?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we should break the machine.
All he has to do is put out a proclamation that says, "Hey, here's a here's $1 billion prize for any college team that can come up with a better way to manage the operation of AI so it doesn't drain. So it drains like 75% less water or no water. Whoever
Right.
come up with a. You don't think there's some smart kids at like MIT or even over in China or Japan or somewhere, some smart group of kids that could probably figure that out in a year. I guarantee
That's
you there's
fair,
a
man.
group of fucking engineers
Uh,
somewhere that would know it. Not even just kids, but I bet you kids would figure it out. But I bet you some adults that would
the
probably
kids,
fucking figure
the
that
kids
shit
would
out.
probably figure it out faster than we can.
You build it
Probably,
Nowadays.
and
1,500.
they'd probably be talking about it on Facebook. Hey, guess what? They're not even on Facebook anymore. They're probably something cooler than Facebook.
Build it 1,500 feet underground. That's the starting point.
Something. Build it on the moon. I don't know.
Have a big,
Wherever.
massive fucking wireless.
Isn't that what China's doing though? Isn't China trying to build like these massive data centers under the ocean?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
they also build them out in the ocean
Yeah.
deep enough to where, I mean, it's completely submerged anyway, so they don't have to cycle the water back through because that takes power. It generates more heat.
Yeah. It stays cold. It stays cold. Stays running cold.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
ridiculously cold down there.
Yeah.
So I don't see why we don't do that. Oh, but then you can't, then you have to sacrifice all the coastal areas, blah, blah, blah. There is
Why?
plenty of coastal area
Not out in
around
the deep.
Alaska.
Yeah, not out in the fucking deep blue. You're not. It's not anywhere fucking near our coast. I mean, well, actually, it depends on where.
Yeah, I don't
where
think it's
you are on the
coastal.
coast, but
I don't think these things are coastal. I think they're that deep down.
yeah.
It has to be.
They're-
It has to be. Unless you're talking like maybe just only 100 miles off the coast or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I don't know
know.
what
I mean,
the setup
but what?
is.
Why not sacrifice the waters around Alaska?
Bro, come on,
You don't
man.
have to
This
be
is
that
gonna
deep
fuck
there.
up the king crabs. They already, bro. The king crab fucking industry's already fucked up there. Let's not.
I
Let's
live in
not kill off
Nebraska,
the rest
dude.
of the king crabs.
I live in Nebraska. Fuck seafood.
That's
King
right. You're
crabs.
locked in.
Beef.
Hilarious.
I eat seafood with beef,
Yeah, I just need beef.
but
Give me
actually,
beef and pork.
actually, that whole king crab thing goes to here's a Russia thing. They started taking the king crabs from Alaskan waters and bringing them over to fucking breed in Russian waters, and now they're all over the Russian waters and stuff like that.
Well, now they can harvest them themselves, I guess.
Yep.
That's such a bad thing.
Yeah. That's what they did. So it's no longer it dropped the price. I mean, king crab's still very expensive. I don't know. I haven't seen it
yeah.
drop that much. It's still fucking ridiculous, but it definitely hurt the economy, the Alaskan economy when they did that. But you know, that's the nature of the beast. But yeah, I agree. There should be some sort of proclamation on how we're gonna keep this shit cool, so we don't fucking suck up every single water source that we need here in the United States in order to keep this shit running.
Mhm. I mean, that should be to me. That should be priority number one, because that's what every single big deal that he's making with all these like investments and like the biggest of the big deals have all been AI related.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
So-
Rogue Nina says we don't need to just break the machine; we need to kill the machine.
That's right.
Yeah, guys, we're trying
kill
to
it
see.
before it
The
kills
fucking
us.
chat is not working today. Rumble decided to rumble us today, and it didn't. Chat's not coming up, so I apologize to all that. But we are doing the best. We are following it on the side. Everybody on the panel. So,
All right.
yeah, man.
Eric, I am gonna jet from here.
Right on, brother. Thanks for fucking stopping by. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for stopping by.
I will work on stopping by again another time when I can actually be here for the whole thing. But
Yeah, we'd love to have you, man. Just come into the new year, man. Stuff like that. We'll bring you in and have a long show and have a long discussion on a whole bunch of fucking things that we all talk about all the time.
all right. Thank you for having me, guys.
Right on, brother. Feel better, man.
Gonna work on that. Thank you.
All right, man. Later, dude. Well, fam, Chris, the Choir Part Pod came on, fucking hang with us really quick for a little bit. He's always got a pretty good perspective on things. So guys, make sure you guys are tapping in. If you're not following him, please do. He comes on before us. He's rated us quite a bit. He raids us all the time. And he hangs with us too. Like he raids and then hangs in the chat for a little bit and becomes part of the discussion. Today we brought him on to talk to us a little bit. But yeah, I think you're right about that. Like if he's so in on if he's so in on fucking AI, he should have at least there should be yeah, why not, right? Like put out a fucking here's the challenge. Okay? here's the financial challenge. You want to get paid out, your business, whatever it is, find a way to make sure that we don't drain all our resources with this shit. Because
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's
Promise
not going
them.
anywhere.
He could make it. He could even sweeten the pot. He could even like make them some special deal on like what do you call it, on copywriting or
Yeah,
patenting it or something like that.
patenting it. Yeah, patent it.
They'll
Yeah,
fucking make their fucking great grandkids will be set.
yeah, forever. Yeah, they'll be like fucking. What is it? What? Damn it! What is from Aliens? It's like Wayland something.
Wayland Industries.
Yeah, Wayland Industries, right? Then it become like Wayland Utani or some shit like that later on. But
Yeah. My
they were
God.
set
Yeah.
forever. Like centuries went by and they were fucking set. A century went by, they were
My
still
God.
doing good.
True. The
Yeah,
prototypical like super company.
yeah, you're right though, right? Like they would be set forever, okay? But
Yeah.
you know, like Chris was saying, again, a lot of people don't know that China is building this shit underwater. All right, because they understand, all right, the effect it's going to have. They don't have
Smart.
they don't have the resources like we do in China. Okay, a lot of China is a fucking desert, right? In the western part of China and stuff like that. They're not oil rich and all that other shit like we are. What they do have is minerals and stuff. Even that, they're fucking out of that. They've taken over a whole bunch of African countries to get their minerals and stuff. Uh,
Yeah.
so, but they're smart
But
about it, right?
they're resourceful in other ways.
Yes,
Like, like the fact that they've they're out there and like building uh islands.
islands. Yeah,
They're
built.
literally building islands in the ocean
Yeah, yeah,
so they can claim these islands and
yeah.
they can and expand their territory. I mean, the US isn't doing that shit.
Yeah.
That'd be
We're
pretty damn
telling you,
sweet if you could just build an island.
right? Right just off the coast of fucking Florida.
Yeah.
Just start building islands and shit like that. Yeah. Agree. They have been doing it, and that has been going on for a very long time too. Okay, like they've been building islands for a minute. All right, their navy's getting bigger and stuff like that. They're doing. You're very correct when you say that they're very resourceful. Um, And unfortunately, we set ourselves back thanks to the Biden. Actually, started under the Clinton administration. That fucked us really big time. We saw the effect of that during the 20 years of war that we had in the Middle East. Okay, Obama didn't help. He fucking reeled us back in even more. And of course, Biden is just it was his ultimate disaster. But we're feeling that, man. We're feeling the effects actually going all the way back to Clinton. We're still feeling those effects. And, Trump's got a short period of time. This is why we need to stay on top of the issues that are very, very important for us to fucking move forward and to grow, family. Okay. Because if we continue to stupid in fighting over the dumbest shit, okay, I know, listen, let me rephrase that because the death of Charlie Kirk is not dumb. All right. It is an unfortunate loss on our side. You've heard me say that a million times. All right. That it is a loss that's hurting us right now. Right. He was reaching those young kids on college campuses and in high schools. His organization was doing that. And then you got one side trying to absolutely destroy that organization. And to be fair, they're not running the same without him.
I heard today, I heard that they're losing a ton of money right now, that their donations were strong that first month, and now it's like at a huge drop off.
And Candace has had a big part of that, telling people not to
Yeah.
fucking donate and to take your donations back and stuff like that and everything. Um,
Mm.
she's had a pretty big part
And
of that
this, man, oh man, I should wonder if I should tell you my big conspiracy theory.
with her.
Yeah.
Sure, let's hear it.
Are you sure you're ready for this?
Might as well, man. Why not?
I don't think Candace is alive.
You think that's AI?
I sent somebody a video the other day, or first someone sent it to me, and then I shared it with someone else who we were having a conversation about her, saying like why, basically we were having say like, what happened. And it was a video back from the summertime where she met with Howie Mandel. She met with Howie Mandel. I want to say it was either in New York City or Vegas. I don't know where it was, but She was they basically introduced how this program that could capture your image and create your image wherever you want. And not just like a quick little like recording of you, but basically it would create you, create your like the Matrix, create your digital image,
Mm-mm.
and it would do it on the spot. Like she stood there, and all of a sudden she was on the screen, and she was like talking, seeing like going on this little tangent, something that she never did before, and she was just like amazed. And Howie did it too. It did it to Howie first, and then it did it to, and then he showed her. And I wondered, is that the reason why she doesn't want to meet with TPUSA in person? Because she wants to do it over video. Has she been seen in public? I don't know offhand. But I've seen stories where she went to go party in Vegas or party here, party there, but I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I could have sworn I saw a recent picture, but I could be fucking wrong. Listen, anything's possible,
The picture.
especially with
Well,
AI, right?
that's not even the conspiracy, my dude. The conspiracy is, what if when Charlie Kirk died, actually quite a few influencers died, and they replaced them digitally, and everybody's eyes were on Charlie Kirk, because I still haven't wrapped my head around what the misdirection was, because every time, in the time of history, anytime there's been something they want everybody's attention on, like 9/11, like, so they always want the world's attention on one thing while they're doing something else.
That is true.
And I was wondering what was it that maybe what they did was, maybe there's like 5 or 6 of them that are gone. We think about all the people that suddenly are acting weird since like September. We're like, what the hell's happening? Why are these people acting going off the rails? Maybe they're not the same people anymore. And that's my theory.
Well, you heard it here. A Reddaywalker conspiracy theory on Break the Machine podcast. You heard it first here, fam. He
How
thinks
is
that
that?
Candace, and maybe
Discuss.
some other influencers have been, um, no longer with us, and it's all AI.
I mean,
Never know with anything.
I'm not even saying AI.
I know
Not
what
even
you're.
just AI. Just literally, she's just an image.
Yeah,
What I
I
mean,
agree. But that
I'm
would
just keeping
essentially be AI making an image. Like you would need that
true. Yeah.
to do it and stuff. What is going on, Tony? Good to see you. We don't have the chat up on the screen, unfortunately. Rumble dicked us today. B Money, good
There
to
we
see
go.
you.
Antoinette just came in just to hear my crazy speech.
Just to hear your speech.
Thanks,
I see
Antoinette.
Down has been in there hanging with us for a little bit. Obviously, Rogue Nina, we all knew who Matt Day Walker is. Quiet Part Pod hanging. He was on the show with us for a little bit. Cass was in the chat too. Liberty 101, my favorite. She likes to give me shit. Absolutely love her. But yeah, man, that's an interesting fucking theory and concept, bro. Can we push shit past anything? I personally don't think that's so, but you're making me think.
You know what? If you hadn't thought about it before, then I've
You're definitely
achieved
thinking
my
about it
goal.
now.
That's what I try to tell people when people come at me like, "What do you think about this?" I'm like, maybe,
Maybe. Right, it's true. Maybe.
maybe. I mean, how can I say absolutely not? I don't know.
Yeah. I agree. Even with some of the shit that, like, Candace is saying, I can't say definitively that she's fucking wrong. Okay. I don't know. I see other things, but like again, there's so much shit, like you said, going on, and they got us focusing on one thing, and it is why we have a show like Break the Machine podcast, guys, is because Scott and I are always trying to keep we're always trying to keep you guys focused on the shit that we need to be focusing on so we can continue to. You want to make America great again? You want to be America first? And there's a lot of shit that you need to be paying attention to. You need to pull all your screens up, put them all up, and fucking look at everything, guys, because, being stuck in one place is going to hurt us in the end. We just can't be like that. Don't know. I don't know, man. I appreciate us doing what we do. because we try to stay
Yeah.
on top of shit.
These are the types of things that I mean, as crazy as this, is, you know what? I mean, if we're at that point where it's that easy, you know, like I mean, I would like another explanation as to like what is really going on, because I mean, I've noticed a difference in the last couple months since Charlie left.
For sure. Oh,
You know,
3
I've
months now,
noticed how
and
there's
it's
like
big
quite a few
change.
people that are just acting differently. You know, even people like, Margaret Taylor Greene, not
Yeah.
just influencers, just like, it's like things were humming along and all of a sudden there's this massive hiccup. And what's going on? We have all this infighting. We have all these people that you thought you had a beat on, that they were, that they were pointing in this direction, and now they're not.
Yeah.
They're clearly not. Um, I just when I go through my news feed, and to me, like somebody like Laura Loomer has the most based takes out of everything I'm reading in the news
I
feed. I'm
know.
just like,
That's
something is
true.
not right here,
Yeah.
because that's
That's
never
true.
been the case.
Yeah, so say what you want about Laura Loomer. She can be fucking a bit batshit with some things, but she has been on point with
Yeah.
things as well, right? Like you can't deny that. Same thing with Candace too. She's been on point. That I guess I think what with a lot of people, what's infuriating is that with her right now is that she has been the voice of reason for a lot of shit. Okay, and then now all of a sudden, it's I got this, I got this, I got this, and then when it's time to put up or shut up, she doesn't put up. And that's not the Candace that everybody fucking knew. Okay, back in the day when she, I got receipts, but then no receipts ever really develop. You know, or so and so is always a hearsay thing. Or I'll be there at fucking same bat time, anytime, any place, anywhere. Okay, let's go now. Or let's go here, let's go there. At this point, no. Oh, I got fucking, it's like I'll get my guy to talk to your guy, and then we'll see what happens, type shit. And I think that's probably what has infuriated a lot of people too. Uh,
Mhm.
but I'm still of the mind that there's just so much shit going on that we really need to pay attention. We got in no time these elections, these midterm elections will come up. They are going to be very, very important. All right. And, people need to wake the fuck up, get out of this fog, the fog of war. Okay. You can make it through, you can push through it. Okay. Not saying you need to give up your beliefs, not saying that you need to stop questioning things at all. Okay. That's not coming out of my mouth, but there's a lot of shit. There's things that are flying by you. Okay. That you're not paying attention to, and it's gonna fucking hurt us in the end because we need to really, really come together.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Time is too short. Things
Like, why
are
aren't we
definitely
bitching
moving
at the?
along fast.
It's true. Why aren't we bitching at fucking? We're bitching at each other, but we're not bitching at the idiots right now that we put into fucking play to help Trump, and they're not doing anything. Nobody's bitching about that. I don't hear anybody bitching about that. There was some bitching going on, but ever since this infighting started, that bitching has stopped, and they're just bitching at each other about, in many cases saying the same thing, but they're yelling at one another. But nobody's paying attention to the fact that fucking the president is trying desperately to get shit passed. Okay, getting things to his desk to the point where he's like, "Fuck it, nuke everything and just get shit to my freaking desk so we can do something, so we can give back to the people." Nobody's paying attention
Yeah.
to that. And the more I thought about it, I came to the same conclusion. We might as well nuke it because you know what? There will be a time where they might get into control again. Okay, we're trying to prevent that for as long as possible, but there will be a time where that pendulum swings back. Okay, and guess what they're gonna do? First thing that they get a chance to, they're gonna fucking nuke it and take the power from the whatever little power the minority has. If it's us, they're gonna take it away and make sure that we can't fucking do anything. All right, so I'm at that point, man. One of the things you're constantly talking about, the fucking Internet Bill of Rights. Why don't we have that? Why aren't
Still no
people
bill of
bitching about
rights.
that? Yeah, he talked about
It's
that.
December at this point. It's December.
A year has gone by. Okay.
I mean, that was the
And
thing that I was looking forward to, at least in my top 5.
yeah. Yeah. I
I
think
didn't
we
say he hasn't done
saw
anything good, but shit,
nothing
I
at
was
all with
definitely
that.
looking forward to that one.
Yeah, that hasn't happened at all. Um, they're just fucking. I don't know, man. I know he just got a win with the. I know he just kind of. I think he got a win with the Supreme Court about letting him fire people, which they fucking. Why this isn't even
Is
an
that
issue?
official?
Why he has to? I could have sworn it was something. What did I say?
I know they were bringing
I
it.
think
I know
I
they were
think they're
bringing it to
talking
this.
about. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
he's bringing it to SCOTUS.
yeah. It's. I know Justice Dingbat Katani Brown was. She had a defense against fucking defending unelected bureaucrats today in an oral argument. Trump versus Slaughter is the name of the case that's in front of them. Like, it's openly arguing that presidents should not be allowed to fire the PhDs, doctors, and so-called experts who run America's independent commission scam. And I think she caught shit from I want to say who was one of them.
She's
Might have
horrible.
been Brett Kavanaugh. Fucking, I think just ripped her up, ripped her a new one on that one. But I think
I
that
think it's hilarious how the other justices are like literally like roasting her in their own like statements.
they do roast the shit out of her.
They do. They're just like
She
we
gets
can't
roasted.
actually understand one point that she was trying to make in this argument, but
Yeah, yeah, it's true. They are constantly fucking roasting the shit out of her on the bench in fucking real time. Okay,
Mhm.
not even at like an event or something like that where they're talking to people. They literally do it in real time when the when the court is in session. Okay, and they're got a case in front of them. They're absolutely just desecrating her.
Mhm.
It's insane how stupid this woman is. Like, how is this woman a Supreme Court justice? Like, really? Like, how is this idiot a Supreme Court
Did they
justice? Well, we know
determine
why.
did they determine that her appointment was done by auto pen yet? Because I thought I saw a story about that while I was away.
I know that auto pen stuff was. I saw that President Trump was. I think he said he was going to write an executive order, essentially null and voiding anything that was done by auto pen, executive orders, appointments, pardons, and all that other stuff. Have they done that? Haven't seen that done, because otherwise people would be getting fucking rousted up, right? That's what we hope would happen. Um, I am officially on the fucking jettison Pam Bondi into space fucking thing. Another case fucking
Yeah.
gone. Okay, because the people fucking suck. Okay, and
Hmm.
they let Letitia
Yeah.
James and fucking James Comey get away.
Just ineptitude.
Yeah, I'm on
That's the
that
only
fucking
reason. It's
train.
just ineptitude. I don't have anything wrong with anything she said. It's
No,
simply that her she's not getting she's either not knowledgeable enough or she still doesn't have a good enough team around her. And if that means that the rest of the DOJ needs to get purged, I mean, just fucking purge them.
I'm with you. I just uh, I got to my wits end. And with that said, and I've said this to people because people are not paying attention. The FBI, for the first time in 20 years, is actually doing the function that they're supposed to. I know people bitch about, well, they arrested a bunch of gamblers and stuff like that and everything. That is actually in their wheelhouse of what they're supposed to be doing. All right.
They're supposed to be
You
doing
know,
that shit.
yeah, that's the shit that they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, organized
Um,
crime.
organized crime and stuff like that and everything. We might not like that that's what they became a big case, and we really honestly didn't really give a fuck because we don't. But that is in their wheelhouse. That is what they're supposed to be doing. They became an intelligence agency thanks to the Patriot Act. Okay. And for 20 years, that's exactly what they were doing. They were a separate intelligence agency and not in any case really fighting crime in any form or fashion. That's what they were doing, just spying on not only the American people, but on the world too. They became, like I said, another intelligence agency. But in the first time in 20 years, okay, 20 plus, when you think about it, they are
Mhm.
absolutely doing what they're supposed to. Well, they're doing what they were have been mandated to do since its inception. And I mean, just recently, didn't what's his name, Homan came out and say that it was like yesterday or something like that, that they've found like up to almost 30,000 kids or something like that now that were lost by the
Yeah,
Biden administration. Okay,
he
like,
said
again,
something
these are
like
things.
that.
There are
Yeah.
things that are happening, right? That the FBI is taking. He gave credit to the FBI, ATF, ICE and everything like that, of everybody who was involved in that. These are things that they're involved with.
Yeah.
You know, they're not supposed to do every investigation. There are things that are relegated just to the state, and if the state asks for help, that's when the FBI comes in. They don't just come in. It's not like the fucking movies where you see the FBI comes in and they take over an investigation. That's not how it works. Unless there's like some federal that has violated some federal law or statute, they don't just come in and take shit. That's not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Murders and shit like that, that's all state level stuff. They have to be asked to come in. Okay. So a lot of people don't understand that, like I said, they're doing a lot more now than they have done in a very, very long time.
Yeah.
That's,
We'll see.
but that's, go
We'll
ahead.
see.
But
I mean, I know she has a tough job clearing out the FBI and the DOJ, but
no, I'm with you, man. I'm on Team Blondie fucking cannon. I am.
and the
I'm the,
mistakes that she's made should have had nothing to do with that.
yeah,
The mistakes she's made should have been thought out and planned properly.
right.
You know. So
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man.
now I don't trust. I'm at the point where now I just don't trust her. When they say she's going to do something, I'm just like, well, maybe she will, maybe she won't, maybe she'll just fuck it up.
yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'll believe it when I see it type thing. Um, she's kind of there. I think that's a great word. Ineptitude has been there. I think if it wasn't that she had people like fucking Patel and Bongino trying to bust their ass to actually get things done within the FBI itself. Okay. Well, didn't they just on the bright side, isn't there some new department that is supposed to be for protecting 2A rights that was created?
Yeah, she created a team, or created some division within a division. Um, Within the civil rights, there's a civil rights division within the DOJ, and she created like basically like a hit squad just to focus on. If it's in the civil rights division, basically it's going to be protecting people's two-way rights,
Right.
right? So I will say that's one thing that everybody got wrong, because I
Yeah.
remember the first 6 months of this year,
Hmm.
I didn't have one person telling, or I had tons of people telling me how, oh, Blondie's going to
She's
be
gonna take
taking
out
our
guns.
guns away. She's going to do that. She's going to do that. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah.
And they've done nothing but positive things for
So,
2A. I
bro,
don't think there's been one negative. I don't know. There's been
we've
one,
had people, bro. We've had people on the show tell us that on the show that and they went by her past history,
right?
of wanting to be a
And I
gun
don't blame
grabber,
them,
which is fair, right? But
right?
what did we keep telling them? Like, she's on the federal level. It's going to be where she's not mandated to do anything with the against 2A at this point. Okay, the
Right,
administration has not told her to do anything like that, and
right.
if and when she does it, then we'll obviously pay attention,
And
and if and when she does that, we'll bitch.
you know what? And give the Republicans credit. They have not caved or wavered despite any sort of shooting or mass shooting. That's every single time
Yeah,
one of those comes up. The Democrats
yeah,
are chomping at the bit to try to say, "Well, now is the time. We need to do this or this."
yeah.
I haven't seen the Republicans. They've
You are
held
right.
rank in that sense.
You are right. They have absolutely,
You
they have
know, and you can
absolutely
thank
freaking been in lockstep with that. You're right. They have not capitulated or crumbled like the milk toast motherfuckers that they can be on shit. We see
the
them doing that all the time.
first term.
Yeah.
They were caving in his first term. They would and I think that's when Trump did that stupid bump stock ban bullshit. Um,
Yeah. That
but
eventually
I
got
don't think that
repealed
was the only
anyway.
thing. It did. It did.
Yeah. I think again, but I think with him at that time, I think it was just fucking
Boom.
stupid. He had the wrong people advising him. And he went along
He
with it,
did.
right? Like he just was like, he went along with it. He's been pretty, to my knowledge, he's been pretty 2A. Have you seen anything otherwise in this term?
No,
I
not
haven't
that's what
heard
I'm saying.
anything.
I don't think this term he's done anything. But again, him doing something in Congress, but it's also the fact that Congress hasn't done anything either.
Right.
And
Yeah,
what
they
I've seen is
usually,
now that you say like what's the Trump effect or whatever, part of the Trump effect is not having somebody like Biden or Kamala in place, where when the states actually start to push for more two-way rights, at a state level, um, you don't have the federal government breathing down their neck or telling, or fighting them in court over
Right.
actually just trying to give people their rights back, you
Correct.
know?
Unlike the last administration, anytime some state was trying to give, people more rights, no matter, by the way, no matter what it was, mainly with the 2A, but it could be 1A, whatever fucking right it was, they were
Mhm.
trying to give people more freedom. The Biden administration would jump in right away and sue them for whatever reason and get caught up and bogged whatever law was passed in court and put on hold essentially because the court had to work its way through the courts and stuff like that. And in many cases, didn't even get far. Uh, it got stuck, and you know, the Supreme Court now is probably going to hear some of those things because you know how long it takes, man. It doesn't happen right away unless you get one of these activist judges who they had plenty of those helping them along the way. Uh, you know, arresting people. Well, look, all we have to do is pay attention to what happened to all the J6ers, right? That was all activism
Mhm.
and fucking tyranny combined together. And these judges went along with
Yeah,
it, knowing that they were violating these people's rights.
they did.
Okay. They just went
The
along with it.
J6ers, the school parents, the churches, all these judges that happen to just turn their. I didn't know. Any random judge from anywhere could have just told Biden, nope, you can't do that.
Yep.
And yet no one stood up. Just
No.
surprising.
Right? Because they're supposed to be
Not a
impartial. They're
single
supposed.
one.
You're right, man. That's think about how scary that is. Not a single one. And every single one of those same ones that were in a position to fucking stop the last administration from overreach, okay, is
Mhm.
all trying to do it to a president who's not overreaching and is just literally following the fucking guidelines and the rules and laws set in place for him to
Yeah,
do his job. Can you imagine that? Like, he's not
yeah.
even
I
like,
mean, there's blatant overstepping. Blatant.
yeah, it's legislation by the bench, right? Like they're essentially legislating, okay, via bench, and we know
Yeah.
that they can't do that. And but what happens? What is he up to now? Is he up to like 92% win rate now with all this bullshit?
Yeah. I
Is that where
think
he's at now?
what did they decide today? Did they officially decide that he is allowed to fire federal employees? Like
I
that was always in his just job description anyway.
like it was never in his description at all. Um, my understanding is that they're hearing it, and it looks like he's gonna win that one too. So put him at 93%.
Jesus.
But the fact that he has to even do this,
Mhm.
okay, that he has to go through these measures, okay. By the way, if it was the Biden administration, they would have just continued to do whatever the fuck they want. He's actually trying to follow the law, okay, and follow the process, knowing how painfully it can be, okay, how painful it is and how slow it can take. But to be fair, the I will say the Supreme Court has been acting pretty fast to help him. What is going on, Tori? Good to see you. Um, she says she missed you, Scott.
Oh,
Everybody missed you, man. I missed you, bro. You fucking ain't been here for
everybody
2 weeks,
missed me.
and I'm like, fuck, man. I was like, just kind of threw me out of rhythm and shit. I was like, what the fuck? It's why I reached out. I was like, hey, man, if you're fucking bored on Saturday and you feel like stopping by, stop by.
Mm.
Did you, by the way, did you try your link
Which
from?
how did I get here?
No, so you did it from the Discord?
Oh no, I did it from the email.
Oh, okay. When you
I
get a
did not.
chance, man.
I've not gone into my Discord since I got back.
Okay. Yeah, I put it, what do you call it, in your Discord. I DM'd it to you so that you
Okay.
always have it because it's been working for everybody. So I was like,
Mhm.
let's test. I know yours we would have to send it to you. Sometimes it would work and other times it wouldn't. I'm just testing yours to see if the link in the Discord works for you. So you can try it out some other time. So yeah, that's why I sent that and whatnot. But yeah, man, you were gone, bro. That fucking, like I said, just threw my whole rhythm off. We still had some good shows and everything, but I'm like, I was
I'm
just
sure.
used to us having freaking people on, and it's like just threw everything off. Which speaking
Yeah.
of people, on Wednesday is Warrior Wednesday. Joey Polk, which is the girl dad official's friend, combat veteran, and he's got one hell of a story to tell. He's going to be on the show on Wednesday. Friday, it's supposed to be the mostly peaceful Latinas with the way things have been going with fucking everybody. I'm just going to keep it at that. Um, I have reached out to him and out to them. I have talked to Bella, stuff like that. It's supposed to be good. We will see. Things can always change. Saturday, you guys know, Salty Dog Show, 6 to 8 p.m. And then we have movie night, which I think Die Hard is winning. So I think, actually, Jonathan, did you stop the voting today? Is the voting done? I think the voting is done today. Let me take a look. Uh, they're really going in on Die Hard, bro. Die Hard has 8 votes. It's got 47% of the vote. Nightmare Before Christmas got 2 votes. 12%. Home Alone is 12%. Santa Claus 6. Scrooge is 6%, and Jingle All the Way's got 3 votes. I think it's going to be Die Hard, man.
Come on, man.
So, that was probably Kayla verbatim was trying to get people to vote for it. She was on the show last Monday, and she was like, "That's my show." She got 3 people to vote because nobody had voted for that. So like her and 2 other people,
Her and her and her 2 kids.
her and her 2 kids voted. But I think it's gonna be Die Hard. I don't think Die Hard's winning. I think Jonathan's gonna probably be shutting the voting down today. I think today's the last day to vote. So once that's done, there is no tie. So Jonathan can't help you guys out who wanted any other movies. It is going to be Die Hard, which is a Christmas movie. Saturday night, 8 p.m. And then Sunday, probably gonna do a stream on Sunday on Rumble. It's my birthday. I'll probably game. Probably be drunk doing it. Definitely gonna be drinking. Got the gaming stuff up. I'm waiting for some monitors to come in. That should be great tomorrow. That'll keep me going and whatnot. Plus I got to get my fucking hours in for the month, bro, because we're done on the 22nd, guys. Just so you all know.
Yeah.
Next Friday, not this Friday, okay, is Red Day's birthday, and I'm trying to get some people here so we can, give him a good birthday fucking show and he can have a good time and whatnot. Okay, so the voting auto finishes at 8 p.m. tomorrow, guys. You got to 8 p.m. tomorrow to continue to vote. So make sure you guys sign up. Damn, bro, we're gonna be 52, man. Holy shit. Fucking, where did this year go, man? Seriously, dude. We were just on a show, like fucking getting happy birthdays from Amfest.
Yeah, I just gotta find those videos. I must have them somewhere.
Yeah, it's
was
funny.
it?
I was looking for them.
It was Krug,
Yeah, a Patriot Barbie, right?
Patriot Barbie, Krug, and and Scott Presler.
Scott Pressler. Yeah. Was there? I feel like there was somebody else who was sent like a happy birthday picture though. They didn't do a video. But definitely Scott Pressler. He said he liked your name because guys got the same name. Man, Amfest. Shit, I think Claire Patriot, I think Petty Crocker, and Kyle. I think Star Spangled Kyle. I think they're all gonna be at Amfest this year. I don't think Chelsea's going. I'll never get invited to something like that. I know for a fact. I'm too crass.
I don't think that's the reason.
Yeah, they don't want me at Amfest.
I don't think that's the reason.
Well, what do you think the reason would be?
Dude. Oh, I gotta tell you something. Somebody liked my post.
Ooh, who? Which post?
It was the one. It was this. It was a screenshot. It was the one that was basically. I'm trying to remember the word. Basically, I think it read. So let me get this straight. The guy who wasn't legally able to have a gun, legally wasn't able to was illegally wasn't able to carry a gun in DC, went to DC, shot people, and liberals are screaming for harsher gun laws or something like that.
Right.
You know, he's like, you can't make this shit up.
No, you can't, man.
Guess who liked that post?
Who liked it, man?
Nick Freitas.
Really? That's fucking big,
He
man.
liked it today about 2 or 3 hours ago. Post has been up for like weeks.
That's awesome.
But he liked it. Some reason it popped up at the top, I guess because he's a blue check. So it popped up
Right.
at the top of the feed. Otherwise I would have never even noticed.
That's fucking awesome. Bro, you know who started following me from a post from like yesterday?
Let me
You
guess.
remember 13 Hours, the movie, right?
Oh yeah.
About, Benghazi and everything?
Yep.
Well, fucking what's his
He-
name? Chris Tonto Toronto fucking followed
Chris
me. The
Toronto?
actual Yeah, he fucking started
That's
following me
awesome.
yesterday. I was like, holy
Nice.
shit. I was like, whoa.
I
Just
thought
from
you
a
were going to
post
say
he started.
Tila Tequila.
No, God, no. Does anybody know where Tila Tequila is anymore? Like, does she even exist?
Where the hell did I pull that out of?
I don't know where you pulled that. You pulled that straight out of the early 2000s, bro.
Was it the 2000s or the 90s? I don't even remember.
Maybe late 90s, early 2000s was her thing, where everybody was
Yeah.
fucking into Tila Tequila. Didn't she do prawn too? Like she ended up doing some prawn, right? They always end up going in that direction.
She had
It's like a
that
gimme.
bisexual dating show on MTV or something like
Oh my
that.
good
That's all I
lord.
remember. I don't even remember why she was famous. Like, why was she even famous? Was she just like a internet personality or
I
something
think
like
she
that?
was like fucking yeah. It was like I think it was social media. Oh, didn't she have like a? Could have sworn.
Was there
Oh,
even
maybe that
social
came
media back
afterwards.
then?
No, but maybe it came after. Like she had a what do you call it, reality show and stuff like that. I don't know, man. But
No,
all I know is
I don't remember. Antoinette
it's crazy.
knows.
Wait a minute, Antoinette
She
says she
died?
died.
What?
What the fuck? Hold on. Get the fuck out of here.
Antoinette, well, why was she famous though? Do you remember why she was famous? Like why did she get her own dating show? Like she obviously was famous before that. So I
Right.
can't remember where she came from. She was a trendy lesbian. Well, it wasn't a trendy lesbian in
It
the
doesn't
90s.
say. It doesn't say anything about her death. She hasn't died.
Did he?
She says this is like she's still active. 2001 to present. She has 2 children.
What? Antoinette, are you swerving us?
Antoinette, what are you drinking tonight? It's not even a Friday night. What are you drinking?
Because she drank tequila.
She drank tequila.
Think Antoinette's on the sauce on a Monday night.
Yeah. Are you on the sauce on a Monday? Antoinette says because she was a trendy lesbian. Because she drank
And
Tualia.
I know what she's doing. She's home watching wrestling and she's probably on her second drink right now.
That's what she is. She's watching fucking Monday Night Raw.
Yep. Monday Night Raw.
Oh, holy shit, fam. Damn, we're almost fucking here. 2 minutes left. Good lord. Time went by fast. Now I got to start looking for a fucking show to read.
Now she says I thought she died. You're crazy.
That's fucking awesome. That is absolutely awesome.
What is that? She announced her own line of e-liquids for vaporizers. Oh
Uh-huh.
my lord.
Huh.
Wait,
That's crazy.
she started using another stage name, Tornado Thean? Wow. Oh, now she's doing a gospel album. Oh my lord.
Oh my god. It's like it's
Wow.
never ending, bro. It's just never ending, man.
But I
All
still
right,
I
I'm
still
looking
need
to
to know
see.
like why she was famous.
I don't know, man. Okay, they're going. All right. Beyond the Noise is on their way out. Let's see. Haven't rated. I rated the whiskey cap the other day. Um,
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, see now that's the answer to it. It's not just that she was a trendy lesbian.
what is it?
It was social media, but of course, what did we all forget? MySpace.
Ah, that's
She
right.
was huge on
On
MySpace, and
MySpace.
that's how she
Yes.
got the attention of. That's how she was in magazines like Playboy stuff,
Ah,
Maxim, and that's how
yeah,
she
yeah,
got the
yeah,
attention of
yeah.
MTV.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I
Fucking that
forgot
makes sense
MySpace
now.
was around like the early 2000s.
Yeah, bro.
I forgot that.
MySpace was the fucking move back in the day. Don't we all miss him now too,
Jesus,
don't we?
it was like mid 2000s when she got popular, so it wasn't the 90s.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just fucking fucking MySpace, bro. Holy shit, bro. We fucking missed that, man. MySpace was the move, man. We had freedom on MySpace.
MySpace. Dude, MySpace, remember when you had to you had to get copy code and you could set up your page to have to like set your page up to like look a
Yeah.
certain way or the
Yes.
music and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Antoinette Tony says she knew Tom. That's why she
Maybe.
got famous. What do you got, brother? We're gonna be rating off-label podcast, fam.
She probably did. It was like to use MySpace, you actually had to be like a level one like coder
Yeah,
to
yeah.
just to set your own damn
To
profile up.
set your own shit up, yeah. You did. You had to fucking. You needed to call a fucking IT rep in order to help you out.
Yeah,
So
because then
true.
you'd see people's pages that got all wonky and things like that. It was like,
This is weird.
pixelated and
I know.
it was
It's
like
all like look like a 16-bit game.
I was like, oh, you copied the wrong code, dude.
Oh, all right. What do
Good
you
old
got,
days.
brother? We're on our way out here, man.
I got nothing except let's hope all these SCOTUS decisions continue to keep going Trump's way this week.
Yeah, we need them,
Because we
man.
got a lot
We
of work to
absolutely
do, damn it. A lot of
we
work.
do, man. Can we just fucking we don't all have to get along, but can we just stop fighting and zero in on what we need? And then we could go back to our own fucking side of the room. I mean, for Christ's sake,
Yep.
can we just make shit happen? Can we get on board with one another and push these motherfuckers to do what we need done? Um, that we're letting them buy. We're just letting them get away. We're just like not doing shit. That's annoying. Uh, we're all fucking yelling at each other for the wrong reasons when you think about it. But Scott, it was good having you back, brother. Like I said,
Thank
my
you.
rhythm was a little bit off fucking for 2 weeks, but we still had some pretty good shows. Um, like I said, fam, Warrior Wednesday on Wednesday, Joey Polk. Good story. You guys are gonna want to hear a story. He was injured, I believe in Afghanistan. You're gonna want to hear his story. And Friday, like I said, it's supposed to be mostly peaceful Latinas. We will see. I will hopefully have an
This
answer for you
Friday?
guys. Yeah, this Friday. Hopefully I'll have an answer for you guys on Wednesday a little bit better. We will see.
All right.
Saturday is movie night, guys. Salty Dog Show, 6 p.m. to 8 on the Discord, 8 p.m. to when Die Hard's done. That's probably only like an hour and a half movie, I think. I don't think it's going to be that long. Monday, B Money's going to come in. That's going to be our crypto/finance show. He's going to come in and fucking give us some finance fucking news and whatnot. So that should be a good one. I've been wanting to do something like that for a while. Then following next Wednesday, be me and Blondie, and then next Friday is Red Day's birthday. So we're gonna have to fucking show up, everybody, and let's fucking make sure that we're here for him. Trying to get some people who have been on the show to come by, but everybody's just like crickets. So annoying, bro. I was trying to get somebody for
Oh well.
tonight, and like nobody just fucking, it's like what the fuck, man. You know?
It's that time of
So
year.
yeah, it is. It is a rough time, believe it or not. So anyway, fam, we are about to head out. I am the Big Red One Guy signing out. And remember that together and only together can we break the machine. God bless you all. God bless America. And I will see you all on Wednesday, maybe Tuesday, if my gaming stuff is all fucking up to par.
Sounds good.
And we're off to Off Label Podcast, fam. All righty.